Math 122 last week, week number 10, correlation homework. Let's look at what's in store for us this week. First question on the homework. They're saying go to Excel. You've got a spreadsheet that's on course documents, and you need to find a correlation constant. Well, that's a new topic. I'm going to go over that step by step how to do that in Excel. We'll cover that, and you'll understand question 1. Question 2 on Excel, once again, first thing, it's asking you to use a filter on Excel. Okay, we'll walk through that. Make sure you know how to filter out results on Excel. From there, I'm asking you mean and standard deviation. We've done that before in last week's homework. I'll go through it again, just make sure we're all set with that. And then you should have number 2 all set. It does ask you about unusual values. That's from last week, so I'm going to cross my fingers you got that. But you should be in store for number 2 after getting through this video. Question 3. Lots of stuff here, once again, using that Excel sheet. But the main event is a scatter plot. We'll go through that. We'll make sure you understand 1, 2, and 3. If you get through all those, well, question 4, it says filter, it says mean, standard deviation, unusual. Those are all things that you did in question 2 as well. So if you can get through these 4 little colored activities, the homework should fall in line. Let's check it out in Excel and walk through all those steps. You have this, once again, yours is on course documents, and you have a spreadsheet giving Kendall College student data. Now, I made up a make-believe data. Look, I give you the number of Facebook friends they have and how many cousins they have. So this is all just made up, but it's going to illustrate the point. You see on my spreadsheet, not on yours, I got the 4 different activities you need to do. The first one I'm talking about correlation. In particular, I'm going to find the correlation between the number of cousins somebody has and the number of Facebook friends they have. On your homework, the correlation you're going to do is slightly different, but the method is exactly the same. All right. In order to find this correlation for my fake data, first thing I do is got to go way out here on the outside. Brand new cell. No data in it. Hit equals. That's the very first thing I'm going to do. That's telling Excel to start thinking like thinking about formulas, thinking about all the different things it can do. In particular, what do I want it to do? I want it to do a correlation. So I start typing correlate. I don't even have to get through the whole word. It pops up Corel. Double click it. And right now Excel says, give me some numbers and I will do a correlation. I say, well, that's very nice of you. I want you to correlate column H, all of those good numbers about the cousins, comma, column I, all these numbers about Facebook. So you see what's going on. You're typing in equals, Corel, click the 2 columns you want. You got to separate them with a comma, otherwise it'll throw a fit. And let's close up that parenthesis. Hit equal, and it gives me a correlation constant. So that correlation constant tells me how closely related are the cousins somebody has and the Facebook friends they have. Now, what does that mean in kind of plain English? I'm going to direct you back to the course lecture notes for the week, and hopefully you can interpret that. Maybe there'll be a second video later this week, and I'll go through that in more detail, but either way, instant replay equals Corel, double click the first column I want, comma, second column I want, and then I should be able to get the correlation constant. That's the first activity I was going to illustrate. Second one is filtering. This should be fairly simple. You'll see at the top all the different topics all the different categories for the student information. I want only the juniors. Well, here's this class. Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, all that sort of thing. Right underneath there's this little drop-down menu. Click it. I just want the juniors, so I click select all, so now it gives me nobody, and then I just want the juniors. Okay. Ta-da, just like that. I think that one's pretty straightforward, but I want to make sure I get through all the details. The third step, we've done this before, the average and standard deviation. Once you have filtered out the juniors, we got to do those formulas again. Okay, equals, just like when we do the correlation, you got to start with equals. Equals, I want the average, so I start typing it. Hey, there's average. Double click. What numbers do I want? Okay, real quick, I want the credits. I cannot click F. If I do that, it will take all the numbers, even the ones that I filtered out. So you got to be real careful when you filter. I want just those numbers right there. And it gives me the average credits. So on average, juniors take 9.9 credits. Equals standard, I have to abbreviate STD. It gives me a little list. I'm going to go with STDev. You can pick the P or the S version, doesn't matter. STDev, parentheses, says pick the numbers. Do not click F. It'll include the hidden numbers. No. So I just want to hit the 6, highlight down, boom, right there, and I have a standard deviation. I did talk about usual, unusual. I think you remember how to do that. Mean plus 2 times the standard deviation plus, there it goes, 2 times, and you should get an answer. How come Excel's not giving me the answer here? Maybe I forgot an equal sign? At any rate, you see how to do 1, 2, and 3. Last thing, scatter plot. For my version of scatter plot, I'm going to do age and Facebook friends. So does it affect your age? Does that affect how many Facebook friends you have? Well, here's how we're going to do it. Highlight the age numbers. So I click the age numbers. You can't see it, but I'm going to do it on my keyboard. Hold down the control button, and I click the Facebook numbers. You have to hold down the control button, otherwise they don't both highlight. I've got those all together. I go up top to insert, and it gives me all these nice little graphs right here. I want that scatter plot. All the dots, click the dots, and how about that? Here are the age numbers between 20 and 30. Here's the Facebook numbers between like 60 and 160 or so, and it looks like the dots are all scattered all around. So if, for my money, what I'm going to say is, I don't think it matters. Whatever your age is, you might have more or less Facebook friends. It's all scattered in there. You've seen scatter plots sometimes where the dots go up in a line or down in a line, but here I don't think there's a correlation. All right, those are 4 things: correlations, filters, averages, standard deviations, scatter plots. You put them all together, I think you'll get through homework number 10. And guess what? You get through homework 10, I'll get you that test password, and you'll be done with this course. I think that's pretty good news. I'm looking forward to the break. So let's take that into consideration and go from that. If you have questions, you will let me know.